Gentlemen, time! Gentlemen, time!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shatterman number 9 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of Ollie's pre-bagged comic books. Ollie's has completely upped their game. When I first discovered Ollie's, I was completely blown away by the amount of trade paperbacks they had in the store. And the funny thing is, when I first went into Ollie's, I never expected to find comic books. I was completely blown away. It was my favorite thing about the store, was just the fact that they sold comic books. And they actually have a huge book selection as well. And as you can see in the cases in front of you, I have a rather large affinity for books. There's also a couple of cases over here off to the side that you can't see. So I love literature, love books, love comic books. So Ollie's immediately struck a chord with me in a good way, which was funny because the only reason why I ever stepped foot into the Ollie's to begin with was because my girlfriend told me that it wasn't a very good discount store. It wasn't anything special. She couldn't find anything that was really of use to her in Ollie's. I, on the other hand, enjoy walking into Ollie's just to check out what new books or comic books they may have gotten in their inventory. It's very cool, and as of late, Ollie's has gotten even cooler. So I first discovered that Ollie's was doing pre-bagged comic books when another YouTuber picked up a whole bunch of them and decided to see what he could find in these pre-packaged comic books, if there were any kind of major key comics that he could find in the wild, you know, that kind of thing. And when I first saw his video, I was taken back because I was like, okay, wait, the Ollie's that I have here near me has only ever dealt in trade paperbacks. They never sold loose comic books, they never sold pre-packaged bundles, so I was totally confused. But then I noticed that the video that he had done on this was quite recent. I said, dude, I gotta go check this out for myself. I mean, maybe something's changed. They didn't send me a memo. I mean, I'm part of their Ollie's membership rewards program, but they didn't send me a fucking memo about pre-packaged bundled comic books. So I had to go check out this shit for myself. Lo and behold, I get to the store, and there's pre-packaged comic book bundles just everywhere, in a nice, neat stack, as if they knew I was coming to check it out for myself. And goddamn it, it was just glorious. It was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. I went fucking hog wild, and I bought like $75 worth of comic book bundles. The plan being that every week we're going to go ahead and sit down and open up one of these bundles and see what we get inside. Starting with this bad boy right here. So this is the Kids 10-pack comic bundle, and they're claiming that all the comics in this bundle are valued up to at least $49.90. So according to this packaging right here, this little advertisement, all the comics in here should be absolutely amazing. At least up to $50 worth. So we're going to find out if they're telling the truth or if they're selling us a bill of goods, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so before we open this up, I did want to just let you guys see. So the first comic here is Transformers My Little Pony Friendship in Disguise. It's issue 3 by IDW. Definitely not a book that I would pick up. In fact, it's not why I picked up this 10-pack. I actually picked it up for Superman Man of Steel, Love Bites, issue 41. That's what drew me to the 10-pack, aside from the fact that it's a 10-pack bundle of comics instead of their original 5. So we're going to go ahead and open this up and see what lies in between. Let's check it out. All right. So we got here. Ooh, get ahead of ourselves. All right, so we've got issue 41, Superman the Man of Steel, Love Bites. Looks like a vampire story. That's pretty cool. I don't read a lot of Superman, but I love 90s comics. This definitely looks like, yep, 1995. So that's badass. All right, so I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Do I want to just show you guys, or do I want to utilize the stand? Alright guys, so I got the comics set up here on the stand. We're just going to go ahead and pull each issue and see what we've got here in the pack. So again, we've got Superman, the Man of Steel, issue 41, Love Bites. Looks like a pretty cool little vampire tale. And then we've got IDW's My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic Annual. It doesn't surprise me that My Little Pony has its own comic book, but I never thought I would own one. So that's very interesting. Wow, cover B, $5.99. Wow, My Little Pony even has variants. That's pretty insane. Alright, next up we've got Kids of the Round Table, issue number 1 by Action Lab Comics. I've never heard of Action Lab, I've never heard of Kids of the Round Table, but that's pretty cool. I like medieval knights and shit. We've got a first issue, that's pretty cool. So far I think this is the first issue we've got in the pack, issue number 1 of Kids of the Round Table. Oh, we got some G.I. Joe by IDW, issue number 2. I've never been a big G.I. Joe guy. You know, I've never even seen the Bruce Willis movies. At one point, I wanted to watch them, but you know what? Netflix didn't have them no more, and I just said, you know, it's not even worth it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. At some point, I'll watch the G.I. Joe movies, but I'm not really a huge G.I. Joe guy. But comic books are comic books. I'm happy to have comic books, so I will definitely take a look at this G.I. Joe comic. Oh, we've got a second Action Lab Comics here. This is the Harcourt Legacy. This is also an issue 1. This is a Teen Plus comic too, mature readers. That's interesting. Action Lab Danger Zone. Danger Zone! Danger Zone! That's pretty cool. So this bundle actually has comic publishers I've never heard of. That's a pleasant surprise. Let's see what else we got. Clue! Oh no. Oh, we've reached the back. Okay, hold on guys. Hold on, we've reached the back of the... There we go. Okay, so this is what we saw earlier. This is the My Little Pony Transformers crossover episode. So this is issue 3 of Transformers, My Little Pony, Friendship in Disguise. My god. What in the hell is even going on here? Are those butterflies mechanical? They are. They're mechanical butterflies. That's something. It's pretty interesting. Let's keep it rolling. More Transformers, issue 13, IDW, A Bold New Era. I was never a Transformers guy either. I think the only Transformers show that I ever watched was Transformers, the Beast Wars. I did like that. I had a couple of toys from the Beast Wars. The Beast Wars was really good, and now they've got a Transformers Beast Wars movie. So that might be the only one that I check out just because it's the only one I'm familiar with. I don't know what it is. You'd think that cars that turn into robots and shit would be appealing to everybody, but it just doesn't float my boat. I don't know what to tell you. So, but hey, comic books are comic books. I'm happy to have it. More Transformers, issue 27, War World. Very interesting. Kind of a lackluster cover. I mean, a lot of deep blues. Some nice contrasting black in there. But really, it's kind of an odd cover. It's not very interesting at all. It's one of those covers where you really just got... Oh, cover B. So this is a variant cover. You probably got to be like a Transformers fan to really get the most out of this cover, I would think. That's just me. More G.I. Joe. Oh, this one's got a sexy dominatrix on the front. Oh, she snuck up on those 2 ninjas. Okay, well now that's Snake Eyes. I at least know that much. So this is the G.I. Joe Yearbook. Issue number 3. That's a cool looking cover. I really like that. Even if I don't get much out of the book, I think that's a very nice cover that presents very well. Alright guys, last but not least, this is ROM from IDW issue 12. I don't know what ROM is, but it looks like we have a android or some sort of cyborg guy fighting a fucking dinosaur. Some kind of monster. It looks pretty interesting. I've never heard of ROM, but I may have to get issues 1 through 11 and start checking this out because that cover art looks very promising. Alright guys, so this is what we've got. I can't say it was a good 10-pack bundle, and I don't know how the value of these books actually stack up against the advertisement that it's a $50 value. I'm very happy with the Action Lab comics. I'm a huge, if you guys haven't seen the other videos, I'm a huge independent comic book guy, so I love stuff that's not mainstream Marvel and DC. That's really my bread and butter, so I'm happy to have the Action Lab comics, and I'll check out like the G.I. Joes. The one G.I. Joe with the Cobra girl on the front getting the drop on the 2 ninjas, I'll definitely check that one out. I don't know if I'll check out the IDW one that we saw earlier in the video, because IDW is kind of hit or miss. I have IDW comics and I've read some stuff, but the art style in their comics really throw me off. I'm just not a huge fan of IDW, but this was the $10 bundle. I've got, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video, I got a ton more. So every week I figure I'll open one up, make a video, and see what we got. Just kind of like a little surprise to everybody. And that's it, man. I'm not really too happy with the 10-pack, but You know, a couple good comics here and there, but who knows? There's some other 5-pack bundles that I got here that just the comic books on the front and the back made me extremely excited. I'm waiting to jump in and open those up and see what we got. I think those are going to be a lot more promising. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Please read responsibly, and thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Alright guys, so if you were following along and did the math, these books do technically hit the $49.99 value that's listed on the bag. At a gem grade of 10.0, we'll hit a value of $107.05. Now, as we all know, a 10.0 grade doesn't really exist. The moment a new comic book, fresh off the assembly line, touches human hands, the graded value instantly goes down. It's kind of like buying a new car. That car loses half of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. So while it's good to dream, this value is but a myth. Unfortunately for us, once we hit a raw 9.0 grade, we get a total value of $38.70. Now, needless to say, that's far lower than the projected price on the bag. However, I'm confident that somewhere between the 9.0 and 10.0 raw grade lies a value that's more accurate to the advertised value. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and again, thanks for watching.